June the 5th, 2021. Time is approximately 12:20 p.m. at Queen's Park. This Saturday, end the lockdowns, March for Freedom. Say hello to all my friends and family up in Thunder Bay, Nagachuanan First Nations, Stanchicoming First Nations, and anywhere else my relatives may be residing. Folks been wondering why I'm losing interest in these protests, and I'll run it down for you right now. Profiling. We're all profiled, anybody who's here. Number two, lack of interest by people supporting this. If they want to end this, they can end it any time with the numbers we have. I've been doing this many years. I know how these things can end when they want it to. So when I see good cops stopping the bad cops, advising them of the illegal laws they're enforcing on the people, I'll believe these movements are accomplishing something. I'll believe when the good cops arrest the bad cops and the corrupt politicians go to jail. But as it is, here I am again.
I got one with COVID 1984. I got a camera just like that.
The same distance that we do in a circle, just as a start and finish trip. Plan to do transit afterwards.
So it's a very hot day on this Saturday, and we shall see
Let's make it
how the march goes on this day.
And I would love to table a few of our professionals till we get there, because that information that they have needs to get out to the public. We're already all well versed. So again, we'll be looking at...
We just had an incident of hate speech. A Jewish fella came on and started blabbing on about minorities and all kinds of hateful stuff. Now the movement is totally just fucking crumbling here. My opinion is this claims to be a leaderless movement, but yet I'm seeing decisions being made by certain individuals, and this is what we're ending up with. We're ending up with a fucking movement that's crumbling fast. I've been doing this many years. Excuse me, I'm Indigenous and I've been doing this many years. I can prove myself. But as for the leadership here, and I'm saying there is leadership, this fucking movement is crumbling. This is fucked up, man. Hate speech at a protest. Thank you, Antifa. Wow, I count maybe 40, 50 people. This is definitely one of the smallest marches I've seen, and this is like 30 degrees. It's hot. There's no excuse for this. Wow, and once again this week I'm wondering, should I march? Take the risk of getting kettled?
Well, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I'm good to go.
All right, brother. Have a good march.
Take care. See you next week.
You betcha. Well, let's go get kenneled. Oh, well, I guess I'll march for a bit. In blazing heat. Only because they look peaceful today. They're not surrounding us or acting intimidating.
Yeah.
I love your spirits there, right? In the sun. Something like spraying stuff into the sky.
June 5th, 2021. March for freedom and the lockdowns. Leaving Toronto. Leaving Toronto, I mean. I'm smoking another joint. Departing Queen's Park, northbound. That's what happens when you smoke a lot of weed when it's fucking hot summer day. Get sluggish. The only way to fix the problem is to light another one. You know how I know that? Because I used to fight forest fires. I used to fight fires in this weather, plus the heat of the fire, which would make it about 46, almost 50 degrees above Celsius. Right? And your hard hats would be so, they'd be soft, like you could literally shape them. So, this is nothing for me, man. So we're heading northbound, and we'll see where we end up today.
But everybody's just
Heading east on Bloor Street West. Very, very hot day today. There, now I'm only melting in the shade. In the sun, I'm broiling. Shade, I'm just melting. Continuing east on Bloor Street West. Continuing east.
You got your beard growing, I see that.
Yeah, brother. Gotta try and look scary, I don't know.
I got wine. Want some wine?
Okay.
It's already here, so I mean, I'm trying to get some water. This is hard with everything moving and people not watching to stop. Does unity look like everyone doing their own thing? I don't know. We want water. We're trying. If no friends get us in trouble. There's another one on the way.
Continuing east on Bloor Street West.
I need a
Bloor Street East now, sorry.
We need water. You know what? Screw it.
Approaching Sherborne.
Putting it on playlist. I'll go get my goddamn
And I'm not sure where they're walking us, but people are getting very dehydrated. Myself, if there's Tim Hortons still up here as there once was, I'm going to be cutting in to buy myself some cold water. And then I'm going to smoke a joint. Well, first I gotta get some water here, man. And yes, there appears to be Tim Hortons, corner of Sherburne and Blue. Tim Hortons, Sherburne and Blue. Heading south on Sherburne from Blue. Tim Hortons, it's sold out for water. Had to get the free water. Same deal, quenches the thirst. For free.
Enjoy it.
Southbound on Sherburne.
Control files showing that masks are inefficacious against the transmission of respiratory illness.
One of the rougher neighborhoods in Toronto. Not sure what the target crowd is. Maybe convince the homies. Come and join us.
Thanks for getting water, bud. Yeah, I'm getting it up there. Good one, man. That's all we can say.
There you go. Taking care of the movement. Good man.
It's LSD. Guy was tripping back home the other night. He called 911. He was on acid and DMT.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, before you go into this place, please think about this. You cannot take back the jab. Once the jab is in you, you cannot take it back. The survivability rate for somebody under 70 with no comorbidities is 0.1%. For under 20s, it's 0.003%. In other words, you are more likely to die falling off of a ladder than you are from COVID. And if you're a child, you're more likely to die from a lightning strike. And we do this. These vaccines are currently under clinical trial. They have absolutely no long-term efficacy. They do not, they have not been tested for transmission or contracting the virus. So just so you understand,
You know what? They should
these vaccines,
You might not be able to travel because
only suppress symptoms. Good luck.
Are the mRNA vaccines approved by the FDA? No, they're not.
Sherburne and Wellesley. Heading east on Wellesley.
No, it's like no.
So once again, heading into the rougher part of town. Not so sure who's leading us, if they even know where we're going. But I'll fire up my camera when we get to Gangland Central, Regent Park. This should be interesting. Wellesley and Ontario Street.
There's the new world now, So yeah, so they told them don't pay your rent, right?
Neighborhood flea market on a Saturday. This is the Wellesley neighborhood.
Well, actually, it's not. Hey, mankind, remember Adam?
You know what the simplest thing to do is? It's not comply, just say no. If everybody took your masks off right now, have a minute! Come on over! It's just that simple, folks.
This building is hopelessly infested with bed bugs. I used to know a guy that lived in here. Yeah, this is the home of super bed bugs. Believe me, I know because I used to know someone in there. So Wellesley approaching Parliament on the Lower East Side. Getting into Homieville.
That's cold piss anyway, right?
Heading south on Parliament Street from Wellesley.
One time I was walking down this way, I had the light change. I had the light, right?
Yep.
Fucking almost hit by a car. Fucking straight over the hood of the car, man. Because of the flying corner.
Pigeon Park at Parliament and Gerrard. Heading south on Parliament. I can certainly say we're entering Gangland Central. So I don't know who we're protesting down here, but this is where we're at. Like, wow, we're down in the projects. Don't want to make them angry at us. Can you guys keep it quiet? I don't want to piss off the homies. Right? Bye bye, brother. Continuing south on Parliament. Approaching Dundas. Parliament and Dundas.
That's fucked up.
Just over there is a safe injection site. I've spoken with some of the locals in the neighborhood, and they've been saying that a lot of the overdoses are being labeled as COVID. A lot of the homeless, low-income people who don't have family, anyone that's asking questions, they're being labeled as COVID. And this is one of the neighborhoods where it's happening. Dundas and Parliament. Definitely in roughest neighborhoods in Toronto.
Are you in Toronto?
Heading south on Parliament as we make our way through the Lower East Side. It's part of the Toronto I don't usually frequent for many reasons. That this is just a rough neighborhood. If you don't have business down here, you shouldn't be down here. So here we are, marching south on Parliament. One of the great places of Toronto for young women in need of a place to stay, providing you're going to clean up your act and on Parliament Street. So now we're on Parliament, approaching Queen, heading south. And we're turning right on Queen Street. Turning right on Queen, which would be heading west on Queen Street East.
That's why we do the, you know, like
Heading back towards the downtown from the east side. Is a real treat. Anybody who likes classic cars, an old beast for you. Love to drive that sucker down the highway.
But other than that,
Thank you very much.
Another housing project. Queen in Ontario. I've spent many decades in Toronto, off and on the streets. I know this neighborhood quite well, and like I said, it's not somewhere I venture very often. I can only say it's quite the march today. This happens every weekend on this neighborhood. Neighbors get together, they have their flea market out here. It's been happening for decades. Far back as I can remember. And for all you folks that watch the CBC, is it CBC or CTV? I can't remember. But do you remember a show called Kim's Convenience? Well, here you all are. This is where they shoot it. This is the actual store where they do the shooting. Kim's Convenience. See what I mean? There they are.
Isn't that all about COVID?
Say no to the vaccine. Say no to the mask. Don't get right from when you're starting to feel careful.
Approaching Queen and Sherbourne. At one point, one of the worst neighborhoods in Toronto. Now it's actually quite tame. Nonetheless, one of the first neighborhoods I ended up over 3 decades ago.
Plan for that, what will happen, and everybody's
This barber hairstylist used to be Ace Employment. It used to be where I would come in 7:30 in the morning, register,
now we're on the street, so that makes sense.
to put on the job list, in which case we'd leave here at noon once you're confirmed as being on the job list. And then I would hang out down here because I was living at the Salvation Army, which is Maxwell Meeting Center, which is still down here. I'll tell you many stories about this neighborhood, but that's for another day. All I can say is I know this neighborhood very, very well.
There's no need for masks outside. Breathe from there is a hot day. Now oxygen.
Continuing continuing west on Queen Street East. Continuing west on Queen Street East, approaching Jarvis, Queen and Jarvis. Moss Park Armory, Canadian Armed Forces.
Here, honey, we're on your side.
Many victims of the society we live in. Can only say we're all victims of the society.
When there's like an operation or something.
Here we go. We got a YouTube star. YouTube stars all over the place.
You know, like so, like if somebody has questions,
Yeah.
like some operation, for example.
Queen and
They
Jarvis.
say, oh, it's yes,
Heading west.
That's just how they
Went past another one of my favorite stores in Toronto. I Pop Cannabis. Queen and Jarvis. Continuing west. Queen and Church. Sorry. Wow, the heat. The heat and good cannabis. I see you marching this heat and not get confused a little once in a while just because you're baking, melting, dehydrating, getting stoned, marching. Did I say melting? Evolution multitasking.
Stand up to your right. Trust in the Lord.
Approaching St. Michael's Hospital. And as a low-income person, I do not regret. I regret going there because I've never been there, but I heard the stories. Not a good place to be. St. Michael's Hospital.
It's on Prime.
Yeah, because I've seen some stuff on it
How people can wear a mask in this blazing heat? Really? So, heading north on Yonge Street from Queen. Oh, sorry, sir. Young and Shooter. Continuing north on Young Street. 2:35 p.m. Young and Dundas Square. Saturday, June the 5th, 2021. March for Freedom in the lockdown at Young and Dundas. Continuing northbound on Young, leaving Young and Dundas Square. Gorgeous day here in Toronto this Saturday afternoon.
Mask off!
Continuing north on Young Street. Continuing north on Young Street.
Evil requires
Don't wear masks.
We're doing another time.
When you look around, nobody around you is open.
Yeah.
Young and Wellesley.
Don't wear masks.
One officer dismount.
I came during the whole thing, I came to that conclusion.
Heading west on Wellesley.
Healthy people don't wear masks.
Heading back towards Queen's Park.
Healthy people don't wear masks. Healthy people don't wear masks. Healthy people don't wear masks. Healthy people don't wear masks.
And back in Queen's Park.
No, it started before it.
Fuck off. So manly about it. At least be a man about it. Say fuck off. Not just fuck off.
Not real men.
The artificial men of Canada. The fuck happened, man? Oh, back at Queen's Park. Nice hot temperatures. Barbecue weather. Anybody got the barbecues? Fire them up. Get the cold ones on ice. Saturday night.
Tripping in the world could be dangerous. Everybody circling as votaries. Negative, negatives. Everybody waiting for the parliament. Everybody praying for the end times. Everybody hoping to be the one.
And this brings a conclusion to March.
Build me up, I wanna be the slip, word up on your lip, better that you rip, break me down and build me up, whatever it takes. Cause I love the adrenaline in my veins, I'll do whatever it
prosperity, but the middle line. I might take some stances against our own freedom fighters, but I am after to stop one thing, the subversion of our country and the mind control. And when we get angry at each other and personally attack each other, are we, I just have a question, are we becoming that counter narrative they need? So I'm going to hang tight a little bit longer, but I'm not going to lie, I'm feeling inner pressure. I mean, go ahead, come at me, follow me through the march, go right ahead. But it's not going to do anything other than maybe a temporary paycheck or absolve your pain. They're both are the same. To me, I need to distance. So I have to take my stance and my right to exercise my freedom of choice and my freedom of speech, because I have been holding back. I've been holding back, and most of all, I love every single one of you, even the ones who are angry at me. So thank you, everybody here. Thank you. Call me whatever you want, but if you want to come and have a real conversation with me, I am always right here with peace and love. Thank you, everybody.
Hey, not everybody's gonna like you, man.
I have a major right to know why he talks about me, and he doesn't want to say why. Briefly. I have a right to say why. How long have you been here? What kind of weird maneuvering? They started having companies in America that are providing food because they didn't comply. So you wouldn't have squabbles if they took away your food, God! You better unite yourself, bro! Wait until it gets to the next level, man! Yeah, you guys better not squabble. I mean, if you gotta do a one-on-one like the man, we're ethical, right? You want people 9-on-1. Have your fucking one-on-one, okay? Oh, Mike.
Sorry about all the movement. Trying to smoke a joint. Shit happens. Why does that always happen? It's like as soon as I spark a joint, shit starts happening. So.
Right? Y'all don't know, right? Y'all need to be re-educated.
If they were on my side, yeah.
Movement is pretty divided.
You come to their rescue. You come to the police rescue when they're fucking hitting people. Retard. Grow up. Put hands on people, dog. Fucking me and Nico, man. Everybody has These guys, we don't even know who these fucking guys are. This guy did the same shit to me weeks ago. So this guy did the same thing to me, he's antagonizing me, making fun of my sunglasses, you stupid loser. You're going to look at you. That's the one. I don't agree. This kid is a troublemaker. You get the fuck out of here. Let me figure out. So you guys lie about me. This kid is a troublemaker. Is these the kind of lies you tell the police? Is this the kind of lies you tell the police? You approach people. You approach people. It's a troublemaker. I think it's the heat. You're looking for trouble? You bounce to this. You know you're the troublemaker. You guys are a problem. Go ball wash some cops. Okay, that's not. Calling us ball washers of police officers. Lie to me, lie to me. So does everybody agree we're being ball washers of police officers? Or do you actually just talk to us? Maybe you talk to us. These guys want to be enemies with the police. They want to be enemies with the police. That's why they can be enemies and separate themselves from the rest of us. The cops are nudging and hitting people to handle them. You're there washing their balls, pointing me out. At least you guys know he's insulting all of us. I have a fucking heart. Insulting all of you guys. You guys want to go hard with the grip, bro. Go up there in the tree. Get out of here. We're not going to comply to your request.
Movement began rough today with some hate speech, in which the guy was, I believe he was arrested, and not very unified at all. It's sad, really. The only movement going, from what I'm seeing, is crumbling. It's crumbling.
Oh yeah, we got stuck with Nelson. Look at him. Why can't you be like more like 226? Be more like 226. Give him a raise. That guy there needs a raise. You want a raise? Get this fucker a raise too. See? Everyone's no, the sun got to your head. You couldn't even wear your mask anymore. You know, huffing and puffing. You hit me with an invoice at the end of the year. Respect, bro.